Hello, first graders. Hope you are having a great day so far. I am here at my house getting your lesson ready for this week. And we are in a different unit now with our tools unit. So, the last couple of weeks, we've talked about all kinds of different tools and how they help us and how we choose the best tool for the job. And today we're going to start moving into reading about how we use these tools and what materials we use. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, we are on our module 1, unit 2. This is lesson 2. Okay, our learning target song: learn, think, grow your mind, do your best each day. Learning targets tell you how. Let's begin. Hooray! All right, your learning targets, those are going to be a little different today since you're at home. Okay, I can listen and respond to my classmates' ideas. Well, actually, what we might do is we might talk about this during our crew time, so we can maybe share some ideas about the book we're going to read. I can answer questions about key details from the book, The Most Magnificent Thing. So I can answer questions about key details. Key details. Am I thinking of a key, like I unlock my house? Or am I thinking of specific details? Yes, specific details. We're going to read The Most Magnificent Thing. Okay. Those are our norms when we're in the classroom, right? We listen with care, we look at the speaker, we take turns, we stay on topic, we respond to others' ideas by adding on or asking questions. Okay, those are the learning targets again. Okay, as I'm reading the book today, I want you to be thinking about, how do habits of character help us do work? Well, we know our habits of character we have at Soaring Hawk, and Mr. Robertson talks about those every morning in his announcements, right? We have integrity, we have respect, compassion, contributing citizen, and active learner. I might have that one wrong. We'll check when we go back to school. So how do those habits of character help us do work? Think about that. Okay. The Most Magnificent Thing by Ashley Spires. What do you think might happen in this story? Well, think about that word magnificent. That's a big word, magnificent. Let's do this word together. I'll say it and you say it back to me. Magnificent. Then we clap it. Magnificent. And then we whisper it. Magnificent. A magnificent thing. Wow. In the past, some of my first graders have come up with ideas of the word magnificent. It could be awesome. It could be amazing. It could mean something extraordinary. And we'll talk about that in class this week. So think about what you think magnificent means to you. And as I'm reading the story today, I want you to think about, how was the girl able to make a magnificent thing? Think about that. Okay. All right, so gotta get my glasses on. All right, The Most Magnificent Thing. Love this book. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things, he unmakes things. One day the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She's got an idea. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it, and she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. Well, I don't know if I'd call that out of the way, but maybe they're off to the side. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, with her assistant pounces and growls and chews. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It is all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she is finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides to try again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese, but none of them are magnificent. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent things she has in her mind. She gets mad. The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. Crunch. The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I'm no good at this. I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk. It's not much help at first, but before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. And then there's people walking by commenting, "This is the perfect thing to ward off bears. This will stop that leak. This one's all wet." The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left and it's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. Okay. All right, first graders, we are going to be working in this book for a few days because we're going to look at all kinds of different parts of this book. Okay, so let's go back to our slideshow. Okay, so were you thinking about how was she able to make a magnificent thing? What are some ideas you came up with? Okay, this is a model we're going to talk about in class, of a model which is magnificent. Okay, and this definition here says something spectacular, something very beautiful to look at. And then we have some examples. This could be maybe magnificent. This could be magnificent. What about this? Would you call that magnificent? I probably wouldn't either because it's a broken pencil. Doesn't really work very well if it's broken. What about this? Is this magnificent? Probably not, because that's where you put trash, right? And trash is certainly not magnificent. Okay, so first graders, what we're going to try and do today is I want you to think of examples or your ideas of something that's magnificent. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is go into Seesaw, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. And you are going to write, take a picture, or record yourself explaining something that you think is magnificent. I cannot wait to see your ideas. Okay, so you should be able to see me in our Seesaw, Conley crew, in Mrs. Whitcomb's class. You have your Seesaw class page as well. So what you're gonna do, okay, you're gonna find your name, okay? I'm using my name right here. You're gonna click this green add button. I'm gonna post some work. Now this is where you get to have some fun. You can take a photo, you can do a drawing, and now you all have touch screens, so it should be a lot easier to draw on your Chromebook. You could take a video of yourself or a video of something that you think is magnificent. You could write me a note, okay? So you can pick one of these options to explain your ideas of what you think is magnificent. Okay. And then remember, when you're done, you click that green check, make sure it goes into your journal. Sometimes there's a second green check that pops up. Make sure you click those before you get out, otherwise it won't save. Okay. Okay, first graders, so I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I know Mrs. Whitcomb will be really excited too to see what you come up with. The next time you see me, we will continue with The Most Magnificent Thing, the book, because we're going to examine it and we're going to do some close reading with it. All right, have a fabulous day. See you next time.